Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Nihongo Master podcast. I'm your host Azra, and as you may have already know, Season 9 looks at all things Japanese winter. I know winter is not everyone's favorite season because it's cold and maybe dull for some, but the whole point of Season 9 is to convince you otherwise. If you haven't yet, tune in to our first episode of Season 9 where we looked at 3 key reasons why you should visit Japan during winter. Oh, I love winter, and I feel like there's so much you can do during this magical white season. So if you're stumped as to what activities you can partake in during the winter, you've come to the right place. Now, I've written a few blog posts about Japanese winter activities with a longer list of things you can do, but today we're looking at the top 5 Japanese winter activities. What do you say? Shall we kick it off with the first winter activity to do in Japan? One of the best things to do in winter, in any country, is winter sports. But let me tell you something, it's even better in Japan. Regardless of whether or not you're a sporty person, there's nothing better than hitting the snowy hills and slopes during Japanese winter. And this goes without saying that Hokkaido is one of the most famous places to go to for skiing, and snowboarding. Even if you're an absolute beginner like me, or a veteran skier or snowboarder, Hokkaido has powdery slope courses for all. Now I know what some of you are thinking. Hokkaido is so far from Tokyo. If you don't want to travel too far up north and waste time on travel, Nagano is just a 2-hour drive away from Tokyo, but it feels like a world away when you're in the middle of winter wonderland landscapes of whiteness. We'll talk a bit more about this city in our next episode. I recommend spending a bit of time traveling, at least to Niigata and Yamagata prefectures. They're just as perfect as Hokkaido for these snow activities. In fact, if you head up to Zao Ski Resort, you'd be able to kill 2 birds with one stone. This Tsukiba, or ski resort, is not only surrounded by snow slopes, but its land is also full of ice trees that are nicknamed snow monsters, and you can zip around and buy them. And for those that just want to stay in Tokyo, I have a treat for you. There is a winter sport you can do even in the city. Ice skating, or ice skating. While major cities in Japan have all year-round ice skating rinks to brush up your skills, during winter, there are special outdoor rinks just for the season. See, there are winter sports just about everywhere in Japan, and it'll be a shame if you don't do at least one of them. Here's a quick vocab recap. Ski. Snowboard. Ice skate, ice skating. You can also call it kori suberi. Tsukiba, ski resort. The second activity you should partake in during Japanese winter is soaking in an onsen. Oh, there's nothing quite like relaxing in the warm buzz of spring water. If you don't already know it yet, Japan is famous for its hot springs, or onsen. In winter, the surrounding of the onsen is filled with snow and ice, and the air is chilly. Yet, as you dip in the onsen, you're warm and toasted amidst the cold winter. There's no better way to keep yourself warm than by dipping your entire body into hot springs water. It's like getting the warmest hug in the world. You can find an onsen at a standalone establishment or attached to traditional ryokans. One of the best places to go for onsen is Ginzan Onsen. It's an onsen town tucked away in the middle of the Yama mountains, one of the most picturesque places to go for a winter onsen. Every corner is full of nature. Stay overnight on one of these, and even consider one with a private onsen to enjoy the full experience. Public onsens are also available for those not looking to spend the night. And if not feeling up for the full immersion, a public foot spa is also available. This place is your best bet if you're looking for the most authentic onsen experience. I should warn you that the area where Ginza Onsen is located at only has the town. There's nothing much else to sightsee. I'd say Hakone, which is like a 2-hour train ride away from Tokyo, has a good mix of relaxation and adventure. Now for a quick vocab recap. Onsen, hot spring. Ryokan, traditional Japanese inn. Yama, mountains. The third Japanese winter activity is seeing winter illuminations. Not a lot know this, but Japan is a winner when it comes to winter illumination. Just walk down any street in downtown areas like Shinjuku and Shibuya, you'll be greeted by tiny bulbs of light that decorate basically everything, including trees and buildings to put on a choreographed light show. Nagoya, a city between the capital city Tokyo and another major city Osaka, is home to one of Japan's largest illumination events called Nabana no Sato. Originally a flower park, or Hana Kouen in Japanese, and already attracting visitors all year round, it is especially beautiful in winter when millions of LED lights decorate the park in a different theme each year. Head even further down south to Nagasaki for a unique light display taking place in a Dutch theme park called Huis ten Bosch. Similarly, it's already a famous attraction site to begin with, but the cold season brings an even bigger crowd with its illuminations of over 13 million light bulbs that take over the park and illuminate the place following the attractions and ongaku, music. The theme park is huge. Some say it'll take hours to explore the Kingdom of Lights. Don't worry if you don't want to travel for these lights. Just the streets in Tokyo and Osaka will without a doubt be decorated with similar LED lights too. Here's a quick vocab recap. Illumination, illumination. Hana, flower. Kouen, park. Ongaku, music. By the way, if you haven't checked out our official website yet, why not give it a browse? At Nihongo Master, we offer efficient Japanese lessons that are quick, easy, and fun for Japanese language learners of all levels, from beginners to advanced. Our smart tools will assist you in areas where you need a little bit of a push and congratulate you on the ones you've aced. With a community of over 50,000 Japanese students, you're not alone on your learning journey. Make new friends and improve together with our point system, collecting points as you go along. Ask away any questions you have on our group discussion pages. There's sure to be others as well as our Japanese instructors that are quick to answer. You can also take Nihongo Master with you on the go and learn Japanese as you trot the globe. Practical, right? Fourth on the list is, of course, shopping. When winter comes, we all shop for the festive season, no? And the best part about shopping in Japan during winter is the Christmas markets. As soon as Halloween is over and the calendar changes to November, Christmas decorations scatter around every corner of the country, with dozens of Christmas ichiba markets. The most popular one is in Tokyo, the Roppongi Hills Christmas Market, featuring everything from Christmas-related goodies to German delicacies. Every year, it gets packed with people who want a piece of handmade ornaments, home-baked treats, a glass of hot wine, or a sip of rum hot chocolate. That last one's my personal favorite, by the way. The second most popular one is less than an hour away from Tokyo city center, where you can find Yokohama Red Brick Warehouse. On a normal day, it's a shopping area that's perfect for local finds and cute cafes. In winter, it transforms to accommodate the festive Christmas occasion, full of twinkling lights, a big decorated tree, and rows of unique stalls selling treats and yummy bites. It's here as well, where you can combine this winter event with a winter sport, ice skating. The Yokohama Red Brick Warehouse Christmas Market has a huge ice skating rink for people of all ages to try their hand at this winter activity. This place lets you do 2 Japanese winter activities in one, ice skating and kaimono, shopping. Be sure to make yoyaku, reservations, for these places as they get really popular, and you might not be able to enter if you don't have an entry ticket. Now, for a quick vocab recap. Ichiba, market. Kaimono, shopping. Yoyaku, reservation. Last but not least, the Japanese winter activity you can do is celebrating Oshogatsu. If you listened to one of our earliest episodes, Season 1, Episode 2, the top 4 culturally significant Japanese festivals, then you would already know about this festivity. Majority of Japanese people would consider this holiday to be the most important celebration in the whole year. New Year's Day, or Ganjitsu, is nothing like New Year's in the West. Festivities start well before the calendar changes a year and run through 7th or even 15th of January for certain regions. During this time, companies and businesses are closed from a few days before Ganjitsu till a few days after. I'm not going to go into detail. You have to give episode 4 a listen to know how this festival is celebrated. But there's a special meal that the Japanese prepare specially for this occasion called osechi ryori, consisting of various dishes associated with prosperity, health, and longevity. There are other foods too, but like I said, hush hush, episode 2. I will tell you about the most important practice though, which is the Hatsumode. It refers to the first shrine or temple visit of the year to pray for good luck. It can be done in the first 3 days of the new year, but many reserve it for the very first day, as soon as the clock strikes midnight. Don't forget to greet everyone with Akemashite omedetou, loosely translating to Happy New Year. Check out our blog for more Japanese phrases to use during the holidays. Now let's have our last quick vocab recap. Oshogatsu, Japanese New Year. Ganjitsu, New Year's Day. Hatsumode, temple or shrine visit on New Year's. Akemashite omedetou, Happy New Year. Are you pumped to do all these Japanese winter activities yet? There's so much more stuff to do during winter in Japan, and you should check out our blog posts on what they are. What is the most exciting winter activity for you? Tell us your thoughts by commenting on our social media platforms. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And like I said a couple of times, head over to the Nihongo Master blog if you're interested in reading up on topics like these some more. And if you're keen on picking up some more Japanese for yourself, pop onto our official website, nihongomaster.com, to learn more. While you're at it, why not get yourself a subscription? Get a head start on your Nihongo journey with Nihongo Master. Thank you so much for listening in. Join me in the next one, where I'll be walking you down another avenue of Japan's rich culture. Mata ne!